This is for week 10 to add a module to your existing example I give you. I wanted to cover how to do that. First, in the files that you need to edit is a menu.php file, number one. Number two, you need to add a new record to the modules table. And number three, you need to create a new file for your module. So I'm going to do one called games, a games module. Easiest way to do it is to open up an existing module file and go ahead and go like weather, or probably the easiest one, not weather, let's see, maybe blog.php. Yeah. So you'll open up an existing file. I use blog.php. And I edited that file and put echo games into there. One of the things you need to make sure is in your file is this top load, which sees that they have logged in successfully before they can see the menus page for the members. So I just added games to that, save it to the root of week 10. And I named it games.php. Then in the menu file, you need to add a new if statement here, because what it's doing on this file here on the menu.php is it's loading the username password members table. It's also loading the modules table, determining if that user session is registered, meaning they've logged in. If they have, it's going to then check to see if that field is checked or unchecked. If it's checked, it's going to put in that module for that user. So I just added a new if statement here. If mod modules underscore games equal to checked, it's going to go to redirect to games.php file. I also put some notes up here as far as the structure for the module, or for the new field, what it should be in the modules field or record. It should be a modules underscore whatever the name of the new module might be, like modules underscore games. It's a varchar 7. Collation type is Latin 1 underscore Swedish underscore CI. Default is null, and it does allow nulls. So let's go ahead and go there to the phpMyAdmin. Once you go to phpMyAdmin, you'll click on modules, go to structure. We want to add a new structure, and you want to add at the end of the current one. In this case, it's movies. It's going to create a new record after modules movies. Click go. I want modules games. It's a varchar 7. Default is null. Coalition is Latin, Swedish. It does allow nulls. Click save. And now we can go back to the browse tree. And you'll notice right now the modules games right now for this one record that's out there is nothing in it, so I'm going to go ahead and put no in there. Okay. Let's go back to that modules, make sure it's okay. So on this one, which is the members admin, I believe, has member ID 1. See, blog is checked, forums checked, calendars checked, modules checked, movies and games are not checked right now. So let's go and check to see if this works. I'll leave that up there. We'll create a new session here, a new browser. And we're going to do Web290 week 10. And let's add the profile. The one thing I've not done is I have to add a new file to the profile. Right now there's a blog, weather, forum, and calendar. That's the other one I've got to edit, so let's go there. Okay, it's going to be easy enough. We're going to add a new checkbox here. Let's see here. Just to verify what this one's doing, it's setting a couple array memories in memory. One called mem, one called mod. It's going to bring over the username, my username, do a select all for members, a select all for modules. It's going to do that MySQL fetch array to explode it below. And right now the options given to them is for members theme. Next is blog, weather, forum, and calendar. So I'm just going to copy one of these here and use it. All right, we'll add, I'll use this one here. And I want to add it. Put a BR tag. Looks like I already have one here. So we got weather, forum, calendar. I want another BR tag down here. Checkbox, it's fine. The name for this one though is going to be games. Value checked. PHP mod, we're going to change this one of the modules forum to module games. Modules games. Everything else should be okay. Let's save that. Back and see if we have that property now available to us. There we go. Let's see. Got blog, weather, forum, calendar. Oh, I forgot to change the name of that. It's going to be games. There we go. We'll check mark games. And the directory for this one, I believe, is incorrect. I'll make sure I've got a couple directories out here I'm working on. This is htdocs, Web290, projects, week 10. There we go. Now I've got to edit the correct file. In fact, what I'll do is, since I already have this one up and going, just Just going to save this to correct directory. 290 projects, week 10. Place it. There we go. Add games. Submit. Update.php is going to update. And that's the next one we have to update is the update.php. Let's do that one. Docs, project week 10, update.php. Here we go. So I want to bring in a new variable we're going to call games. And here's where we have to be careful on updating here. So we're going to update the actual members or module site only. We're going to set modules blog, forum, with whatever forum is, all the way down to the end. We're just going to add modules games. There we go. And also update it here. This is if it's a brand new one, brand new record, we're going to update this. There we go. Save that. Go back to our profile. Check mark games again. Games is showing up there, which is good. Not showing up on our menu, so let's check that. Menu. Let's do a file save as, make sure that's in the right place. Web290 projects, week 10, save. Here it is. And let's see here what we got. Okay, let's check out the forums page and we'll use that. Okay, that's right. Save wrong location. So let's go ahead and save that to the right location. htdocs, Web290, projects, week 10. There we go. Now let's go back and see if we have the right area. Homepage, games, there we go. Now we have our new module, new selection here. I'll unselect it to make sure it's updating the menu correctly. There it is, now it's gone. Let's add it back. Great. Now let's go ahead and log out. And I'll recap the steps one more time. So let's go back to the actual code here. First thing is the menu file. Updating that with a new if statement for your new module type. Make sure the syntax is modules underscore whatever. So if it's modules, say it's, I don't know, notes is a module you want for users to add notes or something to their member site. You would also, this would be notes and this would be notes. Secondly, on the profile, we updated that as well. Down here at the bottom, add a new module by copying and pasting. Just make sure to put a BR tag below it. Rename this to, if this is notes, this would be notes, modules underscore notes, and then update.php. Need to update the update string for modules. It's updating modules, setting modules blog to whatever the variable is coming over, yes or no. And so you'll add that to the end of that update string like I did prior. Here's where I did modules games. So you do comma modules underscore notes equals notes. And then also the insert modules, you would add a new one to the end. And then also the variable come over to the end that you're going to update into. So we've got menu, profile, update. Then we have to create the new file. Forum, you can bring up forum.php, add in your new, just for a placeholder first to make sure it's working, call it notes, do a file save it as notes.php. And then lastly, you need to add that module to phpMyAdmin. So let's go there real quick. Just type in localhost in your browser. Go to phpMyAdmin. You'll go to your database, mine's Chucon, modules, structure. I have right now blog, forum, calendar, weather, movies, and games. You'll go in and add a new record at the end of the existing. And we'll just use one we've been talking about, modules, notes, varchar 7, default null, collision. It's going to be Latin 1 underscore Swedish. It can be null. Click save. Then go to the browse area. Any records you currently have, you need to make sure and update that modules that you just added, that module that you just added, from null to no. There we go. And now that's added to the record. To get rid of a structure, if you ever need to edit one or get rid of it, to edit it, you click on the pencil. To delete a record that you've added or a field that you've added, hit the red X. And so once you follow those steps, you should be able to then successfully add a module, new module, to your week 10, to where when the user then logs in, which I'll do here again, you'll now have that new module that you just created. But one of the things I did note in the last podcast was one of the security features that I've added to this, which is easily implemented. Any page that you want to secure, all you need to do is add this code to the top of the page, and it's always going to go to the page success underscore success.php. And I'll go there real quick to show you that site or that page information. So page success basically sees if my username is a session variable. If it's not a session variable, it relocates to index. Just by putting on that one bit of code on the top of every page that you want to secure, it'll redirect to index.php if the username is not logged in. Session variable is not logged in. The session variable for the site is actually destroyed when the user clicks on the logout script, the logout link. Logout link will destroy it. And let's look at that one real quick. It destroys that session variable and redirects back to the index. So it destroys all session variables, session underscore destroy, does a refresh redirect to index again, adds to the top of the index page, successfully logged out, like so, and then redirects it. So it logs out. You've successfully logged out for 3 seconds, then it'll redirect back to the login page. Since the username is not a session variable, then it's going to put up here at the top the username, password, log out, log in, and register, which remember that is found in the login load file for index. So if we go to the index.php, right here at the very top, if session variable username is not registered, it's going to put on the main login.html at the top of the page, which is a banner CSS. And remember, the main login.html is the actual login page here at the very top that the user sees right here. So that is actually this page right here. Main login.html is actually this section right here. If I was just to type in main login or main underscore login.html, it'll bring me just to that page here, which is embedded in this one with a include statement. Okay, so that concludes how to add a new module to week 10. If you do have any questions, give me a holler. Otherwise, enjoy creating your modules for your users.